Hey, today we're going to be making a video on the top 5 best assault rifles for console. This is all my opinion, so if you have any other ideas, please just tell me in the comments. Starting with number 5, the AKM. The AKM is a AK variant with less recoil, or just an AK-47 but with generally lower recoil, but has more horizontal recoil. It has 600 RPM and has 40 to 32 damage, with a damage range of 80 studs max damage range and 160 minimum damage range. Because of these incredible damage ranges, you can 2-shot to the head up to at least 80 studs, even more because it has an equal drop-off. But it has a 4-shot to the torso, all ranges, and a 3-shot to the head, all ranges. Past the minimum damage range, that is. Because of its slow RPM, it only has a 0.1 time to kill in seconds. It has a 1.8 penetration depth, a muzzle velocity of 2,000 shots a second, which is mostly normal for a 7.62 by 39mm round, the normal AK round. It has a reload time of 2.5 seconds, that's with the bullet in the chamber, and has an empty reload time of 3.3 seconds. This gun does have 2 conversions, the .366 buckshot and the .366 slug, which you probably already know about that, as it's pretty quirky, so a lot of people have made videos on this. It's the same for the AK-47 too. You can also use a short barrel and remove stock to make it baby, but you know, it's not really the greatest thing to do, maybe remove stock, but nah, who wants to use a short barrel? The setup I was using in game on this clip was just completely default. But if you like to run like a red dot or something like that, I would recommend a reflex sight compensator, stubby grip, blue or green laser for any laser really, or except just anything but remove stock or any canted irons. And then for ammo, nothing. You can use armor pacing if you want, but you don't really have to. Overall, this can be a good gun because of its really far 2-shot headshot range, but because of its very iffy recoil, you can't really control it that well. But overall, if you're good at hitting your shots with high recoil, I would definitely recommend this gun. But there's some guns that do overtake it in a lot of categories. That's why I put it in the first spot. That's the AKM, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Next, in the number 4 spot, we have the AS Val. The AS Val is a Russian assault rifle firing 9x39mm SP. It has a damage of 34 to 20, and a maximum damage range of 50 and a minimum damage range of 85. At close range up to about 50 studs, it is a 3-shot anywhere, to the head, to the limb, to the torso. 3-shot anywhere. At long range, anywhere past the minimum damage range, is a 5-shot to the torso or to the limb, or a 4-shot to the head. It has a time to kill of 0.13. The reason for this is because it's a 3-shot to the head and a 2-shot to the head. If it was, I'm pretty sure it would have like a 0.1 TTK, and that's probably the reason why they made it a 3-shot to the head. It has a penetration depth of 1 stud, a muzzle velocity of 1,500 shots per second, reload time with a bullet in the chamber, 2.3 seconds, and an empty reload time with 3.1 seconds. 2 milliseconds behind the AKM reload. This gun is great for close range because of its very high RPM, and it isn't even bad at long range because it's a 5-shot, but for most guns of its RPM and round, is a 6-shot. And the low recoil helps with hitting all those shots, which is even better. But you might be thinking, I mean, sure, it has low recoil, good 3-shot range, fast RPM, low recoil, good shots to kill. But the thing is, it only comes default with a 20-round magazine, meaning it's pretty much necessary. You can't really. It's not really a good gun. It wouldn't be in. It probably wouldn't even be in like the top 7 without the extended magazine. It needs the extended magazine for it to be good. And what's that, like a 1,200 kill unlock? So, it's just kind of, annoying for like low ranks have to buy it instead of actually unlocking it, because it's going to take a while to unlock. And it's kind of, it's not really a good gun without the extended magazine. So that's why I put it at the 4th spot. Overall, definitely recommend this gun, although you can run out of bullets really fast as it only has 90 or something. Anyway, let's move on to the C7A2. The C7A2 is a 5.56 NATO rifle that fires at 800 rounds per minute, has a damage of 29 to 19, and a damage range of 100 to 200 studs. With long barrel, it has an incredible 80 max damage range, up to a 300 stud minimum damage range. It's a 4 shot to the torso at close range, a 3 shot to the head at close range, and at long range is a 6 shot to the torso to the limb, and a 4 shot to the head at long range if you hit all headshots. It has a time to kill of 0.15 seconds, and that's pretty normal for most AR-15s. Well, 5.56 AR-15s, that is. It has a penetration depth of 0.9 studs, muzzle velocity of 2,800 with a long barrel or without. It has a reload time with a bullet in the chamber of 1.8 seconds. That's very, very fast, and that's also one of the reasons I put it in the 3rd spot. It has an empty reload time of 2.6 seconds. This gun is insanely accurate. I mean, insanely accurate with full stock and long barrel. It's best to use long barrel because of that better damage range, and you can increase the 4 shot range. And it's just a laser beam. Honestly, the long barrel even decreases recoil slightly. I wouldn't recommend using 45 ACP conversion for it. I mean, yeah, you can use it at close range, but since they nerfed the accuracy on it, you can't really use it at long range anymore. So, if you saw one of the old videos saying like the 45 ACP was bad, I meant it was good. But it's just been nerfed, it's not accurate anymore. So I would definitely wouldn't recommend that. Unless you're using it at close range, obviously. But 7.62 battle rifle C7A2 to say the least. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this gun to lower ranks that don't have the gun, or I definitely recommend buying it. I pre-bought the gun and I have loved it. I have started using it. That's why I only have like 300 kills on it, because I stopped using it because I was using other guns. But definitely a gun I recommend buying. It's great. The top 3 guns are just guns that I'd 100% want you to buy, or just 100% need to use. They're great guns. Definitely would recommend you use this one. If you were to buy it, it is quite a high rank gun at the rank of 128. So, say if you're like rank 50 or something, maybe try to save and go up until you're like rank 70. But yeah, it's a 2nd highest unlocked assault rifle in the game. But you've also got to understand, high rank guns does not mean it's good. Anyway, that's a C7A2. Let's move on to the 2nd spot. For the 2nd spot, I chose the LET-5A2, a British bullpup assault rifle firing 5.56 NATO. It fires at 700 rounds per minute, has 28 to 25 damage, and has a damage range of 60 to 110 studs. It's a 4 shot limb to the torso and a 3 shot head, all ranges, close range, mid range, everywhere. This is very reliable. It has a time to kill of 0.17 seconds, so it's pretty slow. It has penetration depth of 1.2, which is above average for the class. Well, for 5.56 that is. It has a muzzle velocity of 2,500 and a reload speed of 2.5 and an empty reload speed of 3.6. That is pretty slow, if I'm going to be honest. That's just how it is. It's a bullpup, and bullpups are generally a slower reload than normal. It does feel like a fast reload, but it honestly isn't. Although, because it has such reliable shots to kill, that's why I put it in the 2nd spot. You can always predict how many shots you're going to take, because it's torso to the limb too, so it's not like you're going to be doing different shots to the torso than to the limb range, which can be pretty annoying sometimes. So you think you've hit a torso shot, but you've actually hit a limb shot. So if you're using a DMO that has a torso multiplier, you think you've hit a torso shot, you're going to do a 2-shot torso, but you actually do, a 3-shot limb. It's really annoying, but this definitely isn't, as it's a 4-shot limb to the torso everywhere and a 3-shot head to the head all ranges. That is very, very reliable. You can use the LET6 LSW. That's just basically an LET5, but with a LMG. Basically, it's an LMG version of the LET5A2. But it is very good, the LET6. But that does have a 3-shot range, unlike the LET5. But the LET5 fires faster. Pretty much the same accuracy there. I'll definitely recommend the LET5A2. You do definitely need a muzzle and a folding grip though, because if you don't use that, it does have pretty uncontrollable recoil, because the reticle does go very far down from the frame of the optic. So I'd definitely recommend using a muzzle brake and a folding grip. Use any optic that you want though. Any optic will be fine. There's not much else to say since it's just such a generic assault rifle. Anyway, let's move on to the first spot. For the first spot, I chose the K2. The K2 is a South Korean assault rifle firing 5.56 NATO. It has an RPM of 750, damage of 34 to 24. It has a damage range of 55 max damage range in studs, and a 162 studs minimum damage range. It's a 3-shot CQC, both head and torso and limb. It's a 5-shot to the torso and limb at LRC. It is a 4-shot to the head at LRC. The time to kill on this is 0.16, which is slightly less than the LET5. It has 1 slot penetration. It has a muzzle velocity of 2,400, a reload with a bullet in the chamber 2.3, and an empty reload speed of 3.5. The reason I chose this one for the first spot is just how it's a 3-shot close range down to a 5-shot. You only need to hit 1 headshot at range for it to be a 4-shot at range. And because of its really good minimum damage range, you can just 4-shot to the torso pretty much like 140 studs, and that's very, very good. And anywhere past that, yeah, like I said, you only need to hit 1 headshot and 1 torso shot. Well, 3 torso shots for it to be a 4-shot. And that is absolutely great. And also it has slightly faster fire rate than the LET5, which is also a benefit. And also another really quirky thing about it is that if you use 223 Remington ammo on the K2, it gives it an extended magazine, which gives you 40 bullets. This can be useful, but it does take away the 3-shot to the torso, a 3-shot to the anywhere at close range, and turns it into a 4-shot to the limb and to the torso, and a 3-shot to the head at close range. Pretty much turning it into a very accurate LET5, except that it has 1 more shot to kill at range. But you also have 40 bullets. It's up to you really. If it's a long range map, I would actually recommend it, as you still get pretty much the same 4-shot range as before, but just slightly less, and it also reduces your recoil, and that is pretty good. So if you're playing a game like, I don't know, Ravod or Desert Storm, I would recommend it. I wasn't using 223 Remington because I wanted that 3-shot close range, but yeah. You can use really any optic for this, and if you're using if you're using like 223 or even just a normal ammo, you can even use like higher zoom optics if you want to, if you're using it for long range especially. I would recommend compensator and stubby grip, as this does have quite a lot of horizontal recoil. Any laser, any like I said before, just like anything that isn't like, retract stock or ballistic tracker or anything canted. Honestly, it's just, this gun's so good. I don't have a lot of kills with it since it's only just come out, but I even hit pretty much my first ever 100 kill game with this, 99 kill game. But And that's pretty extraordinary since I don't really normally even hit games like over 80 because that's just how I am. That's just how I play. Anyway, that's the K2, my favourite assault rifle in the game. Anyway guys, thank you for watching until the end. It will really be good if you subscribed or just liked the video. Anyway, enough of that. Comment down below what you would like me to do what you would like me to do next. Maybe do a music video or maybe do another ranking. Comment down below what you might want me to do. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. Sub.